Tesla has apparently won permit approval for its diner and drive-in movie supercharger. This would be in LA. This is according to Teslarati. It's a blog that's seen documents from the LA Department of Building and Safety. Now, Tesla's been kind of talking and teasing about this for years of a drive-in movie theater and diner supercharger. And Akiko, I know you have a lot of thoughts on this. You've seen this. Like, you know, the idea with this is there's going to be some screens that will show movie clips, because I was wondering if it's a supercharger, what's the need for movies, right, Akiko?
Yeah, 30 minutes, that's it for a full charge, right?
Exactly.
But, you know, you mentioned Tesla having this in the works. The idea of having a drive-in at a charging station has been talked about even outside of Tesla for many years, because the question is, when it takes 30 minutes for a level 3 charger, that's the fast chargers, and then even more, we're talking hours for a level 2 charger, what is the experience going to look like? You remember last year, Starbucks announced they're going to have chargers at some of their Starbucks stores. You know, that's where they raise the question, are people going to just be grabbing coffee? You need a place to kind of wait around, right?
It's true.
While you're getting the car charged. And by the way, Diane, I was going to say this. As a person who lives in LA where there are chargers everywhere, it's always interesting to me to see how drivers spend their time while they're waiting for their chargers. True story, I heard recently that there are dates happening at charging stations to say, look, I'm charging in your neighborhood. Do you want to come out? I'll be sticking around for a few hours.
Well, I'll tell you as a personal story. So I took a vacation in July, and so we rented a Tesla just to have the experience of, you know, some of my family. We rented a Tesla to kind of see what the experience was like, right? And so my brother-in-law and my sister took it out for a spin to charge it and went on a date while it was charging, because where we went, there weren't this plethora of like superchargers around. So they were like, okay, there's a supercharger here. We're going to go on a date while we do this. So it is interesting to see this, and I want to bring in Josh Schaefer and Brooke DePalma, who are here as well, with their thoughts on what we think of Tesla with a side of fries.
It's Elon picturing what he wants people to do with the chargers, right? He wants people to see this as a business opportunity because you can create a captive audience. It's a very smart marketing play, in my opinion. You can show people that, hey, if you put a couple chargers here, you're guaranteed to have someone sit there for 30 minutes. And like Akiko said, then they probably buy a cup of coffee while they're sitting there for 30 minutes. I think he's sort of saying, if you are Starbucks, you almost want to have chargers. You want to have chargers because then people have to sit there. And if I have to sit somewhere for 30 minutes, I know I'm at least having a coffee.
Yeah.
Right. I'm seeing more of an hour wait that it takes for a Tesla to charge up. So I don't know. 30 minutes seems kind of quick. It seems like Elon Musk.
2 cups of coffee then. Even better for Starbucks. Right?
In addition to that, I mean, we've seen other companies do this. I mean, in my local mall, there's an Olive Garden right nearby, and they have Tesla charging stations. We also have Mercedes, Rivian, Porsche. They also have teamed up with local companies to really build out those charging stations. I mean, I'm thinking more of like a Shake Shack, a McDonald's, a Chick-fil-A in this sort of charging station area. But what I'm interested in is what kind of food will be at this Tesla diner? I mean, who is supplying the food? Are we teaming up with the national chef? Are we teaming up with a local Shake Shack? What's happening here, and what kind of offerings?
Akiko's going to go to find out, right, Akiko? That's why we have Akiko in LA.
Yeah, you know what,
guys,
I was going to mention this. There is a Santa Monica station. I think this is the largest Tesla charging station. We're talking well over, 30 chargers there on the lot. There is a code that you can punch in if you are a Tesla driver that allows you to go inside. The bathrooms are all clean because it's just Tesla drivers. There's vending machines available. So, in many ways, Tesla's already sort of selling this exclusivity that it's not just about the car. There's an experience that's attached to it. This feels like an extension of it.
Feels like an extension for sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, yes. But it feels like an extension of it. And Akiko, I also agree with your earlier point, though. It doesn't make as much sense for the supercharger, but clearly they're trying to build an experience around this.